Joining us.
Good morning, and thank you for inviting us.
Many of the problems that were encountered were not directly related to your work at as the IEC, but it's still a concern, I would think, for you.
Absolutely, it is a concern. When we open the registration points, we're trying to give people access to the facilities of the Electoral Commission. And naturally, we get very, very disappointed if people who have got grievances, and those grievances that may be legitimate, that they choose to use our platform to raise those issues. From our side as the Electoral Commission, our responsibility is to provide the infrastructure for people to be able to participate in the electoral process.
Yeah.
And we would have preferred a situation where our activities are not disrupted as a result of whatever issues people want to raise.
Just before we carry on, just give us the numbers that you've come up with, the final numbers, as it were, new voters, young voters, and so forth, after this weekend.
The total number of people who visited our registration points over this weekend is 2.5 million. And of that, just under 1.1 million are new registration. And 80% of that are of people who are under the age 30 years. So we're very, very excited as Electoral Commission that we were able to really get these great numbers of people participating in this registration process. As you may be aware, we had set ourselves a target of getting at least 2 million people before the next general elections.
Yeah.
And 1.1 million, it's really a good number, and we are very happy and excited about it.
That takes us to the next registration weekend. Can you give us, your newsroom, a date for when, or not a date, even the month that you guys are thinking of having another registration weekend to get to that number of 2 million?
Well, the Commission still has to take stock of what happened during the past weekend. And then after having gone through those processes, we will then be able to see what kind of processes we can enter into in order to come with another registration weekend. So we have not as yet determined it. But for those individuals who have not been able to register, we want to still say to them that there is still an opportunity, because they can go to the municipal offices and go to what we call our municipal electoral officers, and those municipal electoral officers and their staff will register them, but they must go to these municipal offices during working hours.
I wanted to talk to about taking this process forward. We've seen the success that we've had with SARS and e-filing and the like. When are we going to get to a place where people will be able to register from the comfort of their homes on an online IEC platform?
We're in the process of investigating that. You may be aware that recently the Electoral Commission hosted a workshop on e-voting. So continuously, we look at how we can best improve our processes so that when we deal with the technological issues must be as a result of a need that has arisen within our country and in the organization. And then we will, in due course, deal with those kind of issues. But at the moment, as you may be aware, the legal provisions are such that a person has got to present themselves at the registration point or at the voting station on the day of the elections, carrying that barcoded ID.
Finally, I wanted to ask you about a message to those people that use this registration weekend as a platform to air their grievances, political and other grievances, and what kind of action can they expect when the registration process returns in the new year?
Our preference is that the issues should be dealt with politically. That those people who've got legitimate issues that they want to raise, they must engage with the political leadership, those who are dealing with the issues that relate to municipalities. The leadership at the municipal level must deal with the issues. We don't think that it is appropriate to use the infrastructure that we provide for people to participate in the democratic process as a platform and use that as a platform to disrupt our activities. So we still hope that there'll be a process of engagement between the community leaders and the communities that are affected with the leaders that operate in those areas in order to ensure that our processes are smooth.
Mr. Tselane, thank you very much for joining us and wrapping up the registration process and weekend for us, and all the best for the new year. Let's hope you get to that 2 million, maybe even 3 million number when the registration process returns.
Thank you very much.